Hello, everybody. I'm here with Caroline. She is at Tower Tales from the United Kingdom, and we're here doing the collaboration together for New Year's. I believe isn't this our third one?
Yeah, I think, yeah, it could well be. If not fourth, no, one,
No,
two.
third, right?
We did one
Wow.
at the beginning of this year, and we've done two. I'm pretty sure we've done two others because
Yeah, we've done two. Wow, time flies. And
no,
here we are
we
still
did.
again.
I think this is our fourth because we didn't do one in the new year, but we did jump on early January. But I don't think it was like a prediction for the year. Yeah, it might be it's either our third or our fourth, but we're still here, still
Yeah, we're
battling the
still
battle.
here. So yeah, so we have a bunch of questions that we came up with that we're gonna do. And also, if you would like to donate, I'm gonna provide a link down below with this video for Buy Me a Coffee and probably for PayPal. If you can, if you can donate, I know times are rough, even if it's a small amount of money, if you feel like, donating, that would be great. So yeah, let's proceed.
Mhm.
Um, let's proceed with, I guess, the questions. I don't know, is there anything else you wanted to include, Caroline?
I don't think so. I'm sure we'll think of things as we go along. So we might as well just start with the questions, I think.
All
Try.
right. So how many you want to do maybe draw like three cards? Because if we do,
Yeah.
yeah, there are about 11 questions. So if we do a whole spread of the whole Kachina knife, I think that might take too long.
Yeah, I agree with you. And we've got both of us doing it, so we can both add bits. So
Right. And I have three different decks, so I might interchange them
okay.
just to, I don't know, just so it's not
And
boring.
you could use your um what they called oracles as well. As we were talking before you even said the question, because I looked at it and I was shuffling, those two fell out, and it was number one.
So number one, you know what? I gotta look at number one. What was number one? Will Trump
Number
be
one.
exonerated before
Before.
Nasara Jasara?
I think that's saying he has to make the world a safer place before they can eat and wrap everything up before they can do that. I didn't even need to pull three cards, they just fell out.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems like it's like the world needs to go in a new direction, but they're two world cards, because
Yeah.
he's holding the world in his hands, and then we have the world. So it's kind of like he is the I feel like he's the master. He is the one that's really like pulling the strings and will really um control which direction the world is going in, but I don't feel like it's in a bad way, in a malicious way. It's in a, like a benevolent way. But the world is essentially his oyster. I mean, that's what I'm getting. And I just got a bunch of cards that just fell out.
And also look at the world that he's holding in his hand, and he's actually looking overseas. So that could be, and perhaps traveling overseas. Could that be to do with our question later on about the immigration? Is that
Yeah,
another thing
things
you've got to kick off before?
Yeah, you have a point. Like international
Mm.
relations, international issues.
Yeah.
I'll just pull up a couple cards regarding that. So I got Knight of
Oh,
Pentacles,
okay.
which is very financially oriented. And
Yes.
it's kind of like, okay, well, we need to be a
Hold
little
on.
patient here.
Sorry, the kitten keeps shutting the door. Hold on. Oh, carry on. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I'll put
Okay.
something in the
So
door
it
so
looks like we need to be a little patient here, but then at the same time we have the Ten of Cups, so there's kind of like this ending. So maybe a little bit more, like we're almost there, like,
yeah.
hey, be patient, but we're at that threshold where it's almost ending. And it's kind of interesting because I was doing my pendulum, um and I asked about the quantum financial system, like when are we going to see this already? And it told me we are days away from like an announcement, but I don't get my hopes up, even if it's the pendulum. And I'm asking, and I said, well, why haven't we seen anything? I thought we were supposed to see something in November about the QFS. And they said, well, the timeline changed. So I think um because Trump got elected, President Trump was elected again, that was a sign that the timeline had changed. So it got postponed again.
Mm.
Um, so it keeps getting postponed. It's kind of frustrating, but
Wow. Yeah. And
yeah,
also
I hope
that,
we are days away.
yeah, and that gold coin that the Knight of Pentacles is holding, perhaps that's in a way, here's your money,
Yeah,
but maybe we've got to kick off immigration first. Could well be that that's what we're waiting for, the next step. And in fact, that reminds me that my friend sent me it was a link or something, and basically it said that in September, Trump had said, I'm signing something into law. It's amazing for the 1st of January. And I tried to look into what that was, and I did struggle, but I did have the hermit. I had a feeling it might have been something to do with immigration, but we can talk more about that later on when we do that immigration question.
right.
So, what has he signed in to law on the 1st of January?
Yeah. Do you want to do that question?
Oh, we could. Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay. All
An
right. So what
add-on.
what has he signed into law on the 1st of January? What has President Trump signed into law on the 1st of January? Hmm. I'm gonna have to.
That's a tough one. What have you got?
Yeah, this is tough.
I think so too, because we could be any topic.
This is really tough.
You've got a surprise. Is that your first card?
Yeah, it is definitely a surprise.
And I've got
Um,
something holding back. Could be people holding on to it's to me, it's got to be either money, i.e. Nasara Jasara, or it's got to be people fearful they may have to move on because you've got journey cards. You don't even have any money cards in your three.
no.
So it can't be money. I wonder if it's a new journey. And look, you've got a battle card and I've got
Yeah.
disappointment. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like a war type of battling and journey and uh I just wanted to take out one more
Uh,
card and I got a legal
that's-
card.
wow, that's fascinating. So he has signed something in. I'd love to know what it was. It feels that it must be good because you wouldn't sign in something that wasn't potentially good, but it feels like it has a sadness, that
Yeah,
a disappointment.
it definitely does, and there's some kind of struggle and some kind of fighting.
Look, as if I'm not going. I don't know. I just get the feeling it could be something to do with immigration because it looks like the Five of Swords. So I'm not going back. I'm not going. I'm putting up a fight. Why would I have disappointment and you have? Uh,
Right,
I've just got the card focus just fell out.
right,
Interesting. Decide
right,
and create. Interesting, but it's definitely something he's done in law.
right. I mean, maybe something to really go after the people that are, coming into this country illegally or that are hiring, you know, the illegals. Like, let's say somebody hires people to work in their company and they know they're illegal, maybe something along that,
Yeah, could well be.
along
In
those lines.
In fact, I've got the questions that you wrote out here, and I've got number 7, immigration, UK. I don't know if that's UK and America. And then number 9, illegals split up families. And we could just move on to those because then this is all in one kind of category. It's up to you. I can just cross them off when we've done them. Do you want to do
Yeah,
that?
if you can
Okay.
cross them off, because I'm gonna
Okay.
lose track. Okay,
Okay. So
so do you want to
immigration.
do illegal immigration in the UK?
Well, first question you had with immigration, you've put UK, that's just fallen out. You put UK, but I assume you probably mean for the world because everybody's suffering. Can't say that. Everyone's struggling with, everyone's being moved around and displaced. So well, it's up to you how you want to phrase the question.
Mm, I'd rather do UK because I want it to be more specific.
Okay. So UK. So I have the
Okay.
hermit that fell out
Illegal
already. Now I'll do three
immigration,
more cards.
UK,
He's on a quest.
immigration,
That's interesting,
UK.
isn't it?
I feel like we're in Ashala's group, but we're going faster.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um,
I got the Knight
oh,
of Pentacles
it's
again.
all connected, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Well, oh my goodness. What have you got?
I've got Knight of Pentacles, I got Ten of Cups again, and I've got Seven of Swords.
Mm,
Um, what I think, and you also have the Chariot, so I really think with the Chariot and
look at, we both got the
the
same
Knight
card.
of Pentacles, this is going to be definitely a military operation.
Yeah, we both got kind of soldiers in the outcome. Yours is waiting to round them up. Well, it sounds really, I don't know, you say something and people are going to say, why are you saying that? But it is part of Nasara, then that is apparently what's meant to happen. And then I have a moving military as
Right.
well.
Yes.
And I always think that the 5 of Pentacles, which I have, to me is fine. It feels like someone being displaced or a
Yes.
refugee.
Yes. Yes. I
And
agree.
look at the money as well in the middle. So maybe it will feel sad, but it won't be what everyone thinks, which is what I've always said. What's the big deal? If you get money to rebuild, wouldn't you rather be with your I don't know, your old families and where you grew up and your culture?
Right. Right. I
You've
agree.
got you've got a strategy as well. It makes you think. And look, a family card.
Right. And this is, yeah, exactly the Ten of Cups, which is a family card. So you're kind of, it looks like the families are, unfortunately, they are going to be displaced.
Wow. Wow.
So, I think it's
Oh,
definitely going to happen, unfortunately.
so you want to move on to, we should be asking for like 2025 when I don't know if we're saying this when we're doing this, all these readings, but and you wanted to do illegals split up 2025.
All right. Illegals
That was
2025.
your
So
question.
what do we need to know about the illegal immigration problem for 2025? Should we say just in the world?
You could start with America, and then you could do the world. I don't know, really. I mean, I'm sure it'll be the same, but I think other people would like to know.
We'll just say in the world. We'll generalize it. Oh, this just popped out.
This just popped out.
Nine of Pentacles.
Freedom.
Yeah,
Looks like,
and that's triumph and
yeah.
success. So I think that overall, it might look uncomfortable but it's going to be for the better.
So your question was, will they, this is the difficult thing. I've always found this is tricky because there are a lot of obviously marriages for different countries. And then obviously they've had their children and now say, for example, their children are American and maybe the husband's American and the wife is British and then their children are born in America. What do they do then? Because you can't that's a split between countries and also the children are now born in that country. That makes it very difficult. I would have thought maybe it's just the the single men maybe more.
Well, I did ask my pendulum, I asked about people that have visas, and they said that those people will have to go back. And I also asked about people that have green cards, and I was told that some people that have green cards will have to go back, but not all of them.
Right. So they're not going to split up a marriage. You may just have to choose which country you want to be in. Um,
Right. That could be a possibility.
hmm. Do you want to ask that then? Do you want to phrase the question?
Um, so let's see, how can I ask this? Will will they go by um visas and green cards, and will people with the green cards be split up from their family? Or
Mm.
what do we need to know about that? I'm not sure how to ask
Yeah.
that question, but that's what we're talking about. So, huh. I got two aces
Oh my goodness, you've got yes.
and a
What?
three of wands.
Wow.
So wait, what did I ask?
You asked would they be split up from their
Oh
families?
yeah, will they be split up from their families?
I don't know how they're going to do that. Surely there's a loophole or something they've decided to do.
Yeah.
Maybe you get to make a choice or something, or it's it's like feeling. So,
It's like emotions and action.
oh, there it isn't going to be straightforward because there is
No,
my
it's
card.
not. It can't be straightforward.
No, I feel like it's unexpected. However, I still wonder if I don't know how that they'll smooth it over somehow with maybe financial resources or something, incentives or
Oh, we have 3 minutes on this link left.
okay. You just did the three cards for that, didn't you?
Yeah.
So let's wrap this one up and I'll cross this one off. So what do you think? Split up. I've got a lot of oceans. I've got cities and I've got a lot of oceans and seas.
Yeah, I think that they're going to like sort it out so it's fair, but you might end up with people that are split apart, or it could be just split apart from their children. Maybe their children are here and the parents are, the other I'm talking about adult children. I'm not talking about little
Yeah,
children.
yeah, because actually thinking about it, they're split up anyway. Anyone who's, I know quite a few people in this country who have left their families behind because they wanted to come to England and work here. So many people, and I don't know about America, but in the UK, it was like basically when they opened it up to Europe, if your grandparents were Portuguese, you immediately got right to come in the UK. So we actually have an awful lot of people in this country. And I don't think anyone's really opposed to having immigration, but I think it has got completely out of control. You know, if that was the way it had to be, I think everyone was okay in the sort of 70s, 80s, and then it just went, it just, you know,
It skyrocketed. Yeah,
so
this
many people. Like you just gave everybody the right to live here. If you
right.
had a grandparent, we don't go and live in foreign countries because we can't speak the language. And
Right.
there's just not the opportunities. But instead, like the amount of people I know that have come over here for a better life. I don't know if it's the same in America.
It's the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question, so question two is when can we expect the negative media to collapse? What do we need to know?
Yeah. They're just silent, aren't they? Oh, boom. It's coming.
Oh wow. Let's see.
It's coming.
What do we need to
Sabotage.
know about the media? When is it going to collapse? Let's see. It's my cards up.
I just had the eight of swords. I just feel like they're just totally like in denial. They're not letting any on about anything. Go on.
So it looks like they've already um, come to this agreement. There have been a lot of agreements behind closed doors in the background with I'm going to say with CEOs, people at the
Yeah,
top.
yeah,
I don't know, just it popped into my head, NBC, like those
yeah,
CNN, all of those those channels, those media channels, but they're all in agreement. And it's just a matter of time when it's going to be all taken down and it will be present. This is a military card, so it's going to be military operation. And I have to say, when it falls, there it's kind of like what happened with when they announced that Trump was president, and people went insane. It's going to be not a lot of people, but there are people that are going to, it's like, they're going to be like, no,
My
with the
favorite
programming.
media. My favorite media. I trust so much.
Yeah.
Everything they say, this is good for you. And the next day, actually, this is bad for you.
All right. So what do you see?
Okay, so I mean, because I remember asking about this a while ago, and I felt like the White Hats were behind maybe some of it, but maybe not all of it. I don't really know how it works, but as if with the Two of Pentacles, as if it's a bit up in the air. Like, so maybe it's not all of them. It may just be a section, all the ones at the top. I still think they're very much in denial. So a lot of it's, I think, business as normal. I don't really know, unless they're just biding their time and then they're just going to collapse it all because the hangman is, it could be that they're in an uncomfortable position and they're just waiting. It's almost a could be a procrastination because it's coming, it's inevitable. And then the moon is obviously I had the tower too. So the moon is a major card, and that's a sort of a very treacherous journey. And also it could be it's like maybe we start to discover the truth at that point. So I think it's on its way. The moon is a bit bleak. So I feel like the moon could be, the 10 days of darkness. They just put it down. What do you think? I'm going to pull one of these. What do you think? You've got a celebration. You've got military. I feel like the military are going to just pull the plug on it. That's what it feels
Yeah,
like.
that's what I get. I'm gonna do my
Energy,
let's see. Let's see
energy.
what I
So
get for my
keep positive energy by surrounding yourself with positive people. Not you, not them. I mean, that's what I'm saying, not you. Yes, you called them the negative media as well, and it says positive
The
people.
media. Let's see what I got. I got, oh my God. I keep getting this card.
What is it? I
Zero.
can't see
That's,
it.
it's the reset card.
Oh, exciting! Fantastic. That's a great card. I love those cards. They're brilliant.
Zero. And
No, reset. 0, 0. Turn the clock back.
yeah, and remember what I was telling you that I read on Telegram that the stock market is
Yes.
supposed to go to zero, but then I Googled it and it said that that can't happen.
So how does it? How
I
does
don't
the
know.
stock market?
I mean,
I
it could
really,
fall 1,000 points. It fell 1,000 points last
wow, that's
week,
amazing.
and it hasn't been doing well. So
Wow.
I
Sorry,
don't know
I'm
if we're on the way to, it could be that the black hats are, they want to crash everything before Trump gets into office on the 20th.
so we could ask that when we get to question 8,
All
which
right,
is
so what's the next
financial stock
question?
market. Yeah. Number 3,
What can we expect regarding healthcare this year?
healthcare. I think finally we might see a med bed. All these poor sick people are so desperate. Oh, I said, finally, do you think we might see a med bed? He's manifesting something amazing.
2025, healthcare 2025.
Oh, I have some cards over there. What are those doing?
Uh, an ending.
Oh, yes. Excellent. Yeah.
So I believe that this year or 2025, we're gonna see healthcare like starting to collapse. We did see the US healthcare CEO that was taken out,
Really.
which I think there's like, I don't know, it's kind of a strange story. Um, so yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you just said it.
the programming,
Wow.
you know,
Cures, not cures.
yeah, I mean, something, and it really looks like you have all this darkness here and something new coming into
Yeah.
light for the world.
Wow. And to be honest, it almost says to me as well that their medicine doesn't get you well. Oh, your broken leg maybe, but their medicine is. Oh, look, you've got. You know what? When I
Judgment.
read ages ago about the hospitals, I had Judgment Day for the hospitals. So you've got the same card.
Yeah, and this is a medical symbol.
Yes, isn't
So
it?
yeah, I think this is really what it's saying. It's really going to be wrapping up, and I also feel that John, what's his name? Not John, Robert F.K.
Yes.
Jr. I think he's really going to be pushing, and he's really going to um taking some important steps in 2025.
Oh, excuse me, I was going
Bless
to
you.
mute and I didn't have time. Thank you. I've got a cold, as you can tell. Oh, yes, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I mean, that's just shocking. That shows you how bad our health system has been. My cards weren't, I mean, I can still use them, but they were literally the same cards I've just had
Yeah,
in a
they're the
different
same
order.
cards.
Yes. Um, could be a switch over, something we've been waiting for. Something could be the moon hidden, something hidden. Maybe I'll pull 3 more because see what else I get.
Yeah,
What
I
is
think you should pull some more.
okay? So something they're waiting on for the world feels like healthcare 2025. Yeah. Oh, I got the same card you
Yep.
got.
Oh, that's also a health card, the Three of Swords.
Yes. Oh dear. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I think we're going to find out what's been going on with the what do I call them in your arm?
Yeah, moving out of troubled waters.
I think sword in your arm is going to play a part in it. I think it's going to become bigger and it's going to get exposed. And all those lawsuits they're trying to do is going to implicate what's been really going on. People have been very naive, excuse me, to what's been going on. We both had it. So I'm just going to mute for a minute while I cough. Hold
Okay.
on. Carry on.
So yeah, I mean, definitely something, um, it could even be that the dark ones are going, they could pull something and try to create another, like another COVID, but I seriously, even if they did try, I don't think it would go anywhere.
I think the Three of Swords. It's funny how we got the same cards, and I think clarity is going to come out about that. That actually they haven't kept the world safe at all. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it feels like that's all going to come out, and maybe Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to be a part of that. It's funny, isn't it, how we got exactly the same card for the health system?
Yep,
Not the health
exactly.
system, is it? It's manipulation.
So alignment, 222.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
so I mean, yeah, I mean, I really think this is saying that we're gonna move forward. And everything is just gonna fall in alignment and really not to worry about that.
Is that what that card says?
I mean, that's what I'm getting off of it. It just says connections, friendship, um,
Going to have a friendlier
can't
healthcare
see,
system.
romantic relationships. It doesn't really, family ties, balance, life choices,
Balance.
consequences,
No,
commitment, trust. So basically just trust
health
everything is
system.
that everything is gonna fall into alignment.
Yeah. And I've also got there's a lot of I think there's a lot of secrecy about this because I've got High Priestess. I think the secrets are going to come out. I think it's all going to be exposed, and then the whole thing. We're going to find out, I think, how bad it really has been. But was it going to improve? We didn't really get that so much, did we? We just got,
I think that something is gonna you have the old healthcare system, but then something new is going to take its place. And I think it's going to start in 2025.
okay, why don't we ask that?
Okay,
I've got
so
healing. I've got King of Cups, so I've got healing. Oh, boom. This is what, oh, I got two justice cards. I don't know why this is off center.
I've
Two
got
justice cards. Oh,
Six of
friendly.
Cups.
Maybe they're going to be a kindness.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
Ace of Cups. Yeah, it's going to be a kinder system and even like let's say remedies that people used to use in the from the past are going to come back
That'd be
and we're going to
great.
use them again.
That would be great. Justice, repercussions. And so I think there's going to be so many lawsuits as well about what happened. When they find out, you wait. Because I forgot to tell you this actually, I heard people were saying the reason why it hasn't all come out is because if it comes out, there's going to be so many lawsuits that they're going to get bankrupt. And I'm wondering if this is justice finally comes, is there going to be so many lawsuits and the Queen of Swords, she holds people to account. Um, is this the beginning of the end? And then whatever you've got friendly. So is it going to be a kinder system after we get rid of that system?
I believe so. Yeah, I mean, I
Fantastic.
definitely think so.
Fantastic. Good news.
Then let's see, what's the next question is, oh, what do we need to know about people that have autism? What is it really?
Yeah, well, Robert F. Kennedy's right hot on that, and so is Trump, because of obviously he's whoa, that just flew out. So as I said Trump, and it's because well, I'm not sure if it's true. I'll say allegedly. I'm not sure if he's ever said it, but there's sort of conversations that I don't actually think I should say it actually, so I'm gonna wipe that out. I think you know what I was gonna say, but he's very passionate about that himself.
About
Robert F.
people that
Kennedy
have
Jr. is
autism.
too.
What do we know? We need to know about people that have autism. Hmm. You know what? Let me try my other cards. I don't know why. I feel like something's telling me to use my other cards. Will I have autism?
Do you know about autism? Well, it's really interesting because I feel like these cards are very sociable cards, which obviously they're not. And that's sort of being around groups of people and communicating face to face. I wonder if there'll be help. I don't feel this is the past. I think this is the future. Oh, sorry, what have you got?
Well, I have two of Pentacles, and what I feel, what I'm getting is that these people tend to feel emotions and they're more sensitive than others. Um, they go through more of like kind of like mood swings because they're not used to this reality. Um, so it's kind of like a back and forth. They actually go back and forth. They have the ability to go back and forth
Wow.
into different dimensions or densities. And the cups, the Ace of Cups, also another watery card and very psychic card.
Wow. And feelings.
Yeah, and they have psychic ability and healing ability. And then we have the
Wow.
Hermit, which also means that they this is why they tend to be they like to be alone,
Hermit,
kind
that's
of
right, isn't it? They love to be
isolated.
alone.
They enjoy doing that because they need to um stay away from large crowds because they feel so much because they're empathic. They have empathic abilities. And also, uh, that's why a lot of them are silent.
Wow.
They stop speaking.
Wow.
They don't, because they need to conserve their energy and like clear their energy as well, because they absorb other people's energy and it could be like negative energy that they absorb.
Yeah. Yeah, I see your point. That I mean, that was really good. I didn't really get anything like that. I don't know if I didn't ask the question in the same way, but I feel that I don't know if it's talking about the future or if it's talking about the past. If it's talking about the future, I feel like maybe they will, I don't know how this would happen, but potentially maybe they'll be better in groups or become more sociable because the last card, they're connecting face to face. However, more sociable. That's the sort of a group of people. Um, and I've got two, three. So it's almost like activating their energy. So maybe for all we know, there may be help coming along. If it's not about that, because sometimes you just really don't know, is it about the future? Is it about now? It could be that they just see the world very differently. And they see people maybe differently and maybe they don't like socializing. See, but these cards are quite nice. So I'm going to just pull one of these. I don't know if you want to pull one of your. Oh, you have, haven't you? What do I have?
Numbers,
Home. Ah, you had home. I've got home. Home.
home, see? Yeah.
Home. Change
That's
something in your home. Oh, I wonder. Now I'm curious. Will there be help for med beds and stuff like that? And I mean, Tom's going to look into it.
I got one, two, three,
Maybe there'll
four.
be.
Good luck.
Oh, amazing. Maybe. Do you want to read it to me?
Spirit guides progress, justice, structure, systems,
Structure. They like
processes,
structure.
conditioning, and rules. You're on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try
Oh,
your
wow.
best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall to pieces. Um, so
Communicate clearly.
systems, conditioning, and
Communicate clearly.
so
They're
they
going,
don't really do well with rules and
but that
conditioning
might be saying they're going to
systems.
get help to communicate more clearly because he's going to look into it. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to look into it and maybe they'll detox them. Heavy metals. We don't know. I mean, I suppose I'm looking more about the future. Maybe you were looking more about what do we need to know about autism. abundance, good news is coming, it's your way. I definitely think there's going to be help. Signs. What does this
I'm
say?
sure there will.
Your past loved ones are never far from you. Notice the signs they send you. Abundance. Great news is heading your way. Abundance is coming to you in many forms. Wouldn't it be wonderful? It'd be quite weird if they all became very social. Well, wouldn't it? Because sometimes this is the thing about the med beds. You know, I know everybody wants them, and there's nothing worse than poor health, ill health. But what if everybody's condition suddenly, to me, it's like I can't get my head around it. Everyone's suddenly being well and no issues and no drug issues. And do you know what I mean? It would be quite strange.
Yeah, it would. It's, you know, part of the programming being released from the programming and or even if like let's just say Nasara we had Nasara Jasara. I mean, I don't know if we're going to have to work at that point or just do our um you know doing what we love, our hobbies. And if we get to the point where we don't have to work, I think it would be very strange.
Yeah, I think we'll have to work. But for me, what's more strange is just everybody being well. And like, if you've had an issue that's plagued you all your life, say you've been stuck in a wheelchair, yes, it'd be wonderful to walk again, but it would be like so different. Maybe it will be a slower process of healing slowly because imagine if they all bought med beds out tomorrow and everyone got healed. Do you think it would be like quite a shock?
It might be, I don't know. It
Yeah,
it depends on the degree of what your illness is. I think
yeah.
I think people would be happy.
But it would be a shock. Like maybe they'll do it gradually. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Do you want to move on to number 5?
Yes. Number 5 is what will happen with the inflation prices.
What's going on over there? Because over here honestly, we've had gas is going up or water's going up. It's all going up. It's going up a lot. And then taxes on cars and all sorts. Like, wow, they're really throwing it at us now. And I don't know how people can afford to live unless you're loaded, of course. Like, they're really being quite mean now. It's almost like, right, now we're just going to make your life a complete misery. Well, what
The
was
inflation
it?
prices for 2025. Let's see. What do we need to know? I have two of wands. Two
Ooh,
of wands, nine of pentacles, okay?
9 of Pentacles, freedom.
Hmm.
Money. I didn't really shuffle properly, but 9 of Pentacles. So that's what? Sovereign.
So that's, yeah, freedom. So I would say that I would say this means that um we're going to be financially free. So I guess we won't have to worry about inflation in 2025. I
I
really
wonder
hope
when it
so.
will happen though, like how soon, because, is everything just going to change on January the 20th? I mean, is the world going to change at that point, or is it going to be a slow process? Are we going to get our winter bills? Are we going to have to wait till
Let's
spring?
see.
Okay. I have a very desirable message coming.
Yeah.
So
So
trust, move, skills.
will the inflation prices be gradual? Will it be a gradual thing for it to go down? I got four of swords.
Mm. Oh, Lord.
So, and then I got the moon and the sun, right? No, yeah, the sun. I got the sun.
That's really positive. Oh, I got independence as well. Go on, you.
I mean, Four of Swords is kind of like secretive and
Yeah,
arrest.
maybe we're not meant to know. We're not gonna, maybe it's like weeks away, but it won't happen straight away. I don't really know.
And then the moon. So maybe I think the moon is like a scary event. So we're gonna have to look for the scary event. That's gonna be the marker. And then the sun, then it's
Well, is your last card the sun?
yeah, the last card
Mine
is
is
the sun. So
mine is independent sovereignty, having enough money. So it's funny that we both have a sword card for the beginning as well. So it's almost as if it's still happening and then maybe it smooths itself out. It's almost like they're still going for it and then something comes in. What's your middle card? The moon.
it's the moon. So I think
Maybe
it's
they
kind of
pulled the plug.
something that looks scary. We might wake up one morning and our banks are closed and we can't get money out
Yeah.
of the bank. So it could be something scary or the stock market crashes, you know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom, the sun. It's like something
Yeah.
that you
Well, you
never
can't
knew.
beat it with the sun. So we've got to finally have some freedom from this system.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I think I asked, will it all change on the 20th? That was what I asked. I remember I thought I'm going to ask it slightly differently. Um, I feel like we'll get news. It could be in 6 weeks or news on its way. Military could be military, or they take action in order to give us our freedom and sovereignty. But I do think it's got something to do with Trump. I do think, I hope it's just going to be quite quick and not prolonged. Because we don't want more of what we've had, like slow boat for the last 4 years. I couldn't bear this going through the whole of next year, slow boat.
Yeah, I mean it's just gonna be everything it's being dragged out. Like we
Yes.
can't I can't imagine things going,
More of this.
doing, happening that way next year. I mean,
It's going to be really painful if it's another slow year and just more
yeah,
disclosures, but it's slow. Like, honestly, I don't know if people couldn't keep going for another year. They're it's just too much financially.
I agree.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I thought Canada being the 51st state, like I didn't he must have been kidding. I don't know.
he said he was, but then I still think it's an odd thing to say.
It is odd.
Because apparently we're meant to be linking up with America as well somehow. Yeah. Is there something he knows? 51st state.
Yeah, I heard something along those lines where countries, it's like there's going to be where it's like the Canada, North America, South America, Central America, it's all going to be like one under one, I don't know how you would say division or one area or something along
Umbrella.
those lines, but it has to do with Nasara Jasara.
Ah, right. Uh, let's ask then. Canada, will it become the fifth? Was he joking as well? It's an agreement.
Okay, so will Canada
I don't think he is
become,
joking. Oh,
according to Trump, will
I don't
Canada
think he is
become the
joking.
51st state?
He knows something, I think.
Will Canada become the 51st state? Oh, what is this?
Oh, Yes, maybe they want to change leaders.
Okay, I think these cards are trying to talk about something else, but they're
Um,
trying to talk about Canada, but it's not
Yeah.
really answering my question. Um, because why would I get the devil card? I
Well,
think
why do I have justice in the same place?
yeah, exactly. Um, I don't know. I'm thinking that like Canada still hasn't been fully vetted, you can say. I'm thinking that there's still I don't know, I don't know anything about Canada's political system or, how they do things in Canada, but it seems like I'm getting in certain towns or you can say districts, certain areas in Canada where the deep state is still present
Yeah. And
and they're
maybe,
still running things.
yep,
Um, and they're still lying to the people
yep.
as
And
well.
maybe he needs to get Canada away.
But it looks like that's gonna end. Like with the Ten of Cups, it looks like it's gonna end.
I think because you've got a strategy in the middle, I think they're telling them we're cleaning out, we're changing Canada behind the scenes.
Yes.
We're like I'm looking after Canada. So it may not be that Canada becomes a 51st state, but it may be like I now sort Canada. I've sorted out Canada, the military have sorted out Canada, there's justice here. So, it feels like bringing Canada under the arms of America, like nurturing Canada, which they're probably going to start doing to Australia, Europe. I think he's like almost protecting these countries, bringing them under his wing as such.
Oh, I got compassion, 2020 compassion.
That's amazing.
Mercy, diplomacy,
So
potential, service, recovery, adaptability, and renewal. There you go.
so he was being diplomatic. Let's see what I've got. Canada, well, Canada. Whoops. Got one already. I've got abundance, good news for Canada. Because remember, Canada is one country which is quite astonishing that in the UK they were going to use these pods, these euthanized pods, okay? And they decided it's kind of on the fence. They're not sure if they're going to still use them. Canada have been using them for about a year. Like if you're elderly and you want to say, I've had enough, Canada are already doing this. So I'm not really surprised that this I have justice for this. I think that, it's music. Why would I have music? Good news. So there's good news for Canada. Maybe there's good news, like, I'm gonna look after you, Canada. Maybe it's that. What do you think?
I think there's still work to be done, and I think Trump was that's what he was alluding to. He was
Yes,
alluding to, you know,
I'm looking after you. I've got you,
we're
Canada.
gonna work with Canada, and
Yeah, I think so too.
we're gonna work closely with Canada, and things still need to be done there.
Yeah, I think that he will evolve it.
Yeah,
Uh, this is a lot of stress. Could be removing and changing things. So yeah, not directly, but kind of indirectly.
right, right. Okay, and then what's the next question?
Number 8, financially,
What can expect?
2025, we've got to get a break. So we should do Europe, America. We can't do everything. UK, Australia. How are we going to do it all? We might as well just say for the world
Well, we
because
already did inflation, but what about like the taxes?
yeah, they could
Taxes for the
say they're going to
UK?
do it, but nothing. I want to know if things are going to change on the. I've added it as a last question. I want to know if things are actually going to start to dramatically change by the 20th of January because I can't do a slow boat anymore.
Change in the
I need to speed
UK
it
as
up.
far as finances. Um,
I've got like a hoarder card.
I
So
have
people have really, really felt the pinch. Oh, you got two of swords.
two of swords.
Stop penny pinching. Maybe we don't have to penny pinch.
Something is it's gonna stop.
Oh, maybe it's the currency.
Something is gonna stop. King of Cups and Judgment again.
Oh, good. Finally, we need it. Financially, right. I'm going to look into it too.
And then I
Financial
have
strength.
Queen of Pentacles
Oh, wonderful. She's got a nice big fat
and
gold
also
coin.
Ace of Pentacles.
Oh, new money system. Oh, look, I've got Wheel of Fortune. So this is big. Financially, I mean, everyone says, oh, but when? You've been saying it for 3 years. But I do think financially, I mean, these cards are good. So it's gonna happen. It's just a case of when.
Maybe the currency is gonna stop
I
and
think so. I think so, because how else is it going to change?
it's gonna change over.
Oh, did you get judgment?
Yeah, I did. I got
Where?
Judgment.
So did
The
I.
third card.
So did I. Now everyone needs to know this is a major card, so it's big. You will notice something happens with that card. Um, some kind of news that changes everything, and something stronger and better with another major card and the Wheel of Fortune. Finally, hopefully, our fortunes change. Gosh. Do you want to pull one of your little extra cards? Will our fortunes
See
change?
the number?
Finally. Every month I'm like, will I have to pay my credit card this month? Will I have to? I've been saying this for about 2 years now at this point. And every month I still have to pay it. It's very frustrating. New beginnings. Move.
The
Are they going to move
UK
the financial reset?
financial.
Finally, kick it into gear.
Let's see what do I got. 1919 cycles, karma, warming, judgment, influence, power, cycles, change, and rebirth.
I got the Wheel of Fortune.
So
Change.
something's gonna change.
Fantastic. Rebirth. The new financial system.
Okay. And then let's see the next question. What do we need to know? Oh no, we did that. Will we go back to daylight savings time?
Honestly, I can't look at it now. It's probably about 4 p.m. Can you already see it's going dark? Why is my I'm so ski with here. Yeah. It's actually you can see I've got the light on, but look how dark it's getting now.
Yeah, it looks dark.
It's ridiculous. I can't stand
Daylight
it. We have
savings
such short,
time.
short days.
What do we need to know about daylight
But
savings time? Will we go back to daylight savings? I have six of pentacles.
acts of service.
Six of
Did they think they were
pentacles.
doing us a favor? Did they think by bringing this in they were doing us a favor? Because I think they were doing it for the farmers or something. That's I think how it started, so that it would be light at a certain time. But to be honest, it just feels like it's, I don't know. I don't know who benefits from this, but you get up and it's dark. You go home and it's dark.
I don't know.
Like, why do they even need to do it? It's like,
What does six of pentacles mean for daylight?
well, that's
I don't.
normally something that makes you feel more comfortable, or it's like a generous offer, or some an act of service, or it can be like they act like they're doing you a favor, but perhaps they're not. So maybe they acted like they were doing us a favor. And
Let me look more
business,
into
maybe for
this
businesses, because I know it was to do with farmers, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let me look into it as well.
because
Daylight
this
saving.
is not really, it's
Will
not
they,
saying a no.
will
I
they
mean,
defend
I would
it?
take it as a no. I don't think,
Do you,
or
mm,
they haven't like really, this hasn't been discussed yet or
I've got the
considered.
cards. Okay, so, oh, 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 I would love that. Let's have a bit more light. Well, my cards are nice and light. So here's hoping. First off, I do think it was to do with business and to do with the environment, businesses. I think that's why they did it.
See, I
But,
got this card and then I got this card.
ooh, ooh, justice.
So it's maybe it's kind of like people are disappointed by the daylight savings time.
Yeah, who is it benefiting at this point? I don't know. We never see sunlight. So your last card is justice.
Yeah, it's
And
justice.
I've got victory. So I don't have a yes, but oh,
Yeah, I don't have a yes either.
I have a change though.
Uh,
Looking at it, maybe they'll start looking at it.
maybe. And then the last question I have here is the Julian calendar. Will we go back
I
to
got the
the Julian?
same card.
Yeah.
What you got? I don't know.
So
Oh yes, the last question, yes.
the Julian calendar. Is that's the one with the 13th month?
Well, apparently Christmas should be around the 6th of January. So you know when Trump said, "Oh, you will get your best Christmas," and everyone's like, "Well, it didn't happen." And then he's very good at sort of code in a way. He says things, and you've got to try to figure out what he's trying to say because he's obviously not going to say this Christmas, this date. So he's kind of crafty like that. And I wonder if he's saying 6th of January because, or around that date, because that's when it would be, because he signed something in on the 1st of January. We're not far away from the 20th of January. So has, possibly, um, maybe this is it. I mean, I don't know. Will we go back to it? Like, I'm just looking unprofessionally at my notes for the Six of Pentacles. So I want to see if I got anything else. It's so dark in this room.
I got the Empress for the Julian calendar.
Oh,
So
that's
that
our
feels
environment.
like we're going with which actually the Julian calendar is the more natural. It's
Evolutionary.
yeah, it's the natural calendar like it was intended.
Well, that would be great.
So I think we are going to go back to the Julian calendar.
Just to backtrack for 1 second, I've looked up the Six of Pentacles, and it's kind of a good thing, unless it's, not so well aspected, but it's like things get better than you thought. So who knows? Who knows? Right. So you've got the Empress. What else do you have? I'm just going to mute because I'm going to cough.
I have the Knight of Pentacles.
Oh, okay. The Empress and the Knight of Pentacles. Julian calendar. Do you get another card?
And the
So they're considering
three
it.
three of cups.
Oh, you got celebration.
Yeah, so this is a celebration.
Julian, will we go back? Do you know when I looked at it, it was quite funny because I had the Hermit, and that's obviously a very old card. And then I had the Four of Wands, and they're wearing those kind of clothes, which I thought was quite uncanny. I've got a stress card, and I don't really know why. Oh my goodness, got the same card as you. So 3.
So, I mean, it looks like that the Julian calendar is associated with the feminine, the earth, and
Right.
feminine.
It's more natural. She's about
Yeah,
nature, natural environment. You're right. It's our natural environment. Maybe that's the way it should be. And of course, they mess everything up, don't they?
right. Yeah, they messed it up.
This is 9 months? No, no, that wouldn't make sense.
I mean,
No.
she is pregnant, so, 9 months.
But it's longer, not shorter, is it not? Maybe somebody
Yeah,
knows.
it's, isn't
Longer,
it
not short.
13? I thought it was 13 months.
Nine. There's three here. That's
And
12.
you have a three, and I have a three. Oh my God, you have a
Yeah.
three, and I have a three.
I'm sure if we look more into it, we'd find
So
more clues.
three for 13.
Uh, this could be changing the structure for the better. I honestly think that everything they've messed up, I think they'll change anyway, because I think it would be better for us and more positive.
Yeah. And what the other thing I was thinking about, especially over the Christmas holiday, because in actuality, um, Christ was not born on December 25th. If you talk to somebody that really studies the Bible,
Yeah.
they'll tell you that he was actually born in April.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so can you imagine changing Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
wouldn't be Christmas anymore, or you could just say it's solstice, like happy solstice.
You know, when you got the other day, you told me this is slightly changing the topic, but you said that you got solar flash. Is the solar flash meant to change all of this? Is something going to happen? Does that happen at the same time as Trump? You know more about it than I do, and everyone's kind of waiting on it. And you know, you keep saying that the solar flash, and I just wondered, is there something that's going to happen that really changes everything, and then everything then changes, you know, one by one kind of thing? Like, is there going to be a big event? Is because I've always heard that's part of it, but I don't really know what.
Okay, the solar
But
flash.
yeah, I mean, it'd be a bit of a shocker. But at the end of the day, first of all, they've got to tell the people before they start changing the dates and everything. What's this question for?
So is the solar flash going to change everything? We're
Oh, look,
waiting,
there's
patiently
and
waiting, and there's going to be an ending.
yay! So we are waiting for it. How long? But it's like, what does the solar flash do? Because you've got energy and then you've got wisdom.
And then a new wisdom, a new knowing.
What do you know about it? Because I don't know anything really. What does it
Um,
supposed to happen after that?
well, I do know that, and according to the downloads that I've got, I was watching somebody, it was a YouTuber, her name is Ann Tucker, and she channels, I think she channels angels, and she was saying how when the solar flash hits, it's going to be an energy that hits everybody, and you're going to
Oh,
have to lay down, and that's actually what I saw. I saw the same thing where it's going to be this heavy energy, but then you're going to feel good, but you're going to have to lay down because it's going to be intense.
oh, 10 of Wands. That is intense.
Yeah. And
Maybe we become more spiritual then
yeah,
because
we're going to
having
become
wisdom.
more loving, more spiritual.
Well,
Uh
then that would help everything, wouldn't it? Because I don't really see how you can change things in the world as they are, because I think there's a lot of people who are still not really very spiritual or not very awake. And even if you, I don't know, surely something big has to happen to change humanity and we become more compassionate and kinder as a whole.
right, and be open to changing things like Christmas
Yeah.
and changing things like, going to the Julian calendar. Because how are we going to change all that certain things? with the way people are programmed
Yes,
nowadays.
that's what I'm saying. That it's just us that seem to be awake, and we're a very small minority. So it's like them and us still. You need us to all unite and come together.
Right.
Uh, I did add one on as a last one, if you finish that one.
Okay.
Well, originally I had Eight of Cups for Trump. I said about the inauguration, and I had Eight of Cups, and I was thinking, oh no, what does that mean? He's turned his back. But is that because he's already sitting? I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, sitting pres. I mean, I don't. I think we all know, but I don't know what I can say on YouTube. So does that mean that he doesn't need to have the inauguration because he already is that? He already has that position already. He never lost it. So I suppose I'm just curious, what is going to happen on the 20th of June, January? Let's ask that, if that's okay with you. For Trump, do we have the inauguration? Does everything change on that day? I have a stop. Does everything change on that day? I have a yes. Ooh, rejection.
I got three of swords.
Three of Swords, heartbreak.
Yeah, heartbreak. And then I got four of cups, so kind of like holding on, like you're kind of greedy and holding on. So some kind of heartbreak, and then I got King of Cups, and then I also got Ace of Pentacles. Hmm.
Is it is it that he's, there's heartbreak because this, well, I don't even want to say, is there going to be a delay or are they going to do something? I don't know. But, or is it because he was meant to always have this position? He was meant to, or does he not get, I don't know. I actually don't know. And I said, will things change? I kind of have a yes, but I also have sort of abandonment and I can't kind of leave it like that.
Yeah, you have abandonment and kind of like it's kind of a stop. And I also have, I mean, four of cups is also, well, four of cups is, um,
Judgment Day, something's going to happen.
yeah, I kind of get that impression, like something might happen, like he might still be inaugurated, but then something might happen.
Or does the stock market crash, which we should have asked that, and then he doesn't this is postponed or delayed, or it feels like it
See.
gets really difficult and then finally he gets to
Yeah.
finish. But you said yourself you've heard people saying this.
Is the inauguration going to be postponed?
Oh no. Or is it because of the stock market or something? Do we hit 10 days of darkness first? Does something else happen? I'm going to do Kachina because I feel that we need to know this because I'm a bit disappointed already. I'm sure everyone's going, no.
Page Four of Pentacles,
Got an ending.
page Eight of Cups. See, I got Eight of Cups. Didn't you get Eight of Cups?
Yes, I did.
I got Page of Cups, so there's going to be some kind of, it's a surprise. I
I do
got
have a
four.
celebration.
Yeah, I got the King of Pentacles. Then I got Four of Pentacles, and I got the Page of Cups and the Eight of Cups. And then the ending is the Page of Wands.
Four of Cups and Page of Wands.
A new
Well,
discovery. Page of Wands could be like some sort of some new discovery or um,
well, it's really strange. This is when I find things very confusing because you get Three of Swords, we get the Eight of Cups, but then my reading is really positive. And I think it's going to declare somehow or another that he always was a sitting president. I've said it now anyway, because I have the world in the past. So he already received that position. And then I have the white hats underneath and a celebration in about 4 weeks linked back to the past. It's very, very positive and exciting. But yeah, you had King of Pentacles, so do I.
So I think that there's possibly something, that could happen.
I think so too. Moon underneath,
Yeah.
something's going to come to light. Do we get the 10 days? Because do you remember they always said that the financial system was never going to crash under him. And maybe something like that has to happen. Stressful change, strategy. It's like I've got the Four of Cups too. So
Oh, we have a minute.